So Euphoria is officially over.
Wait, what?
And as much as we all love to hate on the script writing, I'm looking at you, Sam Levinson. There is a truth we have to acknowledge, which is that this show gets relationships down better than a lot of others. And now that we know exactly where our two favorite girls end up, it's about time we jump into it. Euphoria is full of relationships we love, but none of them have caught our imagination like Cassie and Maddy. I mean, they go as far as to call each other,
You're my soulmate.
I love my life.
Maddy, you're my best friend.
From episode 1, we are met with two characters who are supposed to contrast in every way. Cassie is soft, she's sweet, she's this lover girl who bends over backwards for everyone. Even telling Lexi,
How do you decide who you want to hook up with? I don't know, they usually just come to you.
the sentiment we see her carry over to her relationship with Nate. He wants her, so she wants him. Simple. By contrast, Maddy is fiery, she's in control, she's determined. Her first encounters with intimacy described as her being the one in power.
She had had a thing for Nate for a while before he finally asked her out. When she was 14 on vacation in Panama City Beach, she met a guy who was like 40.
Hey, you from around here?
Which, in retrospect, seems like she was the one in control.
Yeah?
She appears to be a master of manipulation, pathologically lying to get her way from the very beginning. Perhaps it traces back to their childhoods, where we are shown that Maddy is already a star who is in control of how people perceive her.
For as long as Maddy could remember, everybody loved her.
Whereas Cassie, when she hits puberty, things kind of go out of hand, and on top of that, she's abandoned by her father.
Come on, Uncle Ted.
Boy, look at you all grown up. Come on, give me a hug. You really feel that?
Usually set up as the light feminine and the dark feminine. By season 3, a million catfights and betrayals later, they seem to be on the same page. They've both understood that exploitation of desire and appeasement of the male gaze is what's going to lead to success. But they both approach this in very different ways. They're still sort of following the mindset of Cassie being the one who sees herself as someone who is acted upon. So she thinks that she should be selling herself and selling her body. Whereas Maddy, the person who acts upon the world, profiting off of other girls and working them to the bone, is going to help her gain the freedom she's always wanted.
I just feel like if more people knew me, I would be huge. Define huge.
The first time we see Cassie in season 3, she's still obsessing over Maddy, to the extent she reaches out with a text asking to meet her. While Maddy seems more amused by this,
What? Cassie?
she goes, and it kind of becomes clear that what they actually want is each other. Cassie wants a social media manager, and Maddy wants the ultimate model. After the wedding, when Cassie realizes she's in debt, she literally falls into her old friendship routine automatically and reaches out to Maddy because that's the one person she knows can help her. The road isn't smooth, with more betrayals, more lies, with Maddy finally taking ultimate ownership over Cassie when she realizes she's deleted her account.
You're gonna work. You're not gonna.
While this seems like it's the end of Maddy's patience with Cassie, it's actually the opposite. Because when Maddy receives a call from Cassie telling her that she's in trouble, everything changes. Till this point in the story, Maddy has prized herself as a boss and a businesswoman, an alpha who plays everyone around her. But without thinking twice, she goes to Alamo for help. $1 million worth of help. She puts herself into $1 million worth of debt without a second thought to save her friend. She also ends up offering information on Rue, and it's just so sad how that works out. But she essentially ends up sacrificing Rue for Cassie. What really irritated me here was the amount of people on Twitter who, I don't know what this male-centric mindset is, but the way y'all need to think that Maddy went into this debt for Nate. So I just want to remind everyone that Maddy has literally been confronted with Nate being in trouble on 2 occasions already. Literally seeing him with the severed finger, and she did not give a damn. Then Cassie approaches her for help, and we get this absolute truism.
You must really love this girl.
I just want to take this moment to appreciate the imagery of this scene. When they discover Nate's body, Maddy comforting Cassie, we get this beautiful visual of Cassie kneeling in front of the Virgin of Guadalupe on Maddy's dress, essentially reinstating the fact that Maddy is the only savior figure in her life. Throughout this season, the light feminine and dark feminine motifs have been kept up. It's really been amplified, like Maddy has been mostly wearing blacks and reds and furs. We see Cassie in yellows and whites and pinks, embodying the all-American girl. But we also start seeing parallels in their arcs that brings both their storylines together. They both go through this point of disillusionment with men, where they're both offered these white picket lives, who then turn around and use them as human shields. Or see them as means to pay off debts.
Did you wire Nate $35,000?
He was gonna be evicted from the house.
Which really makes it clear that they only have each other. And that the light feminine needs to rely on the dark feminine and vice versa. Because without Cassie, Maddy as well is going down this path where she's becoming much darker, where she does not see the people she is essentially exploiting as people. It's caring for Cassie that helps her disengage from this position with a hardened heart.
Plenty of girls out there.
This one's special.
Finale begins with them at a diner. Maddy realizes she's not as smart as she thought she was, which mirrors Cassie's earlier realization in the season where she realized she was not as provided for as she thought she was. Maddy realizes how naive she's been and that she's out of her depth, and we get this little exchange.
What do I do? We'll figure it out together.
Little kiss to the head. Oh my god, you guys. We then get to see them living together in Cassie's giant weird yellow house, with Cassie drawing up a business model for how they're going to get the money. All of Twitter, with their agenda to bash this character, seemed convinced that Cassie would never have done the same for Maddy. But she's treating it like their combined debt from the very beginning. And we finally see that our girls are going to be living together and married.
Don't wait up for me. I'll be late.
Loved this little detail when Cassie takes out money from her safe to give to Maddy. Also, don't ask me why Nate didn't take this money. I think he just needed to be unalived, or maybe it was really bad writing. She kisses the envelope just as Maddy used to kiss the envelopes when sending out OnlyFans orders. It's a small detail, but it shows how they sort of blur into one another and occupy the same space. We also find out that they haven't told anyone that Nate is dead, not even Lexi, which makes it a secret, again unifying them, a bond between them. After the weird Western shoot-off at the end, Maddy and Cassie are freed from their debt forever. And while we do not get to see them reunited, Bishop asks Maddy if he can take her home, and she says yes, which we now know is Cassie's home. So while they've had their ups and downs throughout the 3 seasons, and everybody has wanted to pitch them against each other, the ultimate growth for both characters was really seen and measured not only with how successful they were in life, but how they managed to squeeze some sort of respect and a sort of reciprocatory relationship with Nate. But rather than that being what defines these two characters, their journey seems to be more about integrating each other into their lives, because they are two opposites and they are two halves, and coming together to navigate the exploitation they face as women is the most wholesome arc I could have asked for them. They're the only two characters who stick together, and honestly it's ironic because of everything they've been through that the two characters who would end up having each other in their lives at the end is Cassie and Maddy. And to be completely honest, I could not be happier for them. What are your thoughts? Did the finale live up to your expectations? Do you think Cassie would not have done the same for Maddy? Did you envision a different ending for these characters? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe.